Happy Tuesday guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one that I'm very excited about. Well, I say that in every single video, but I love filming. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love to sit down, I love to chat about makeup, I love to put on makeup. This is just my happy place. So thank you guys so much for letting me do this. It's so much fun. But anyways, today's video is going to be a review roundup video. This is a new series that I'm kicking off on my channel where it's kind of a collective review of a couple of products all at once. Well, I mean, today's is more than just a couple. There's kind of a lot of products in here. But they're just kind of quick reviews. I don't feel like, I don't know, I feel like if I don't get products immediately when they launch, they don't really need like their own dedicated review video, or if it's like a super huge collection or a super huge palette or something like that. I feel like most of the time I can sum up my thoughts on a product in 2 or 3 minutes tops and be done and get everything I want to say out there for you guys. So I thought this series would be a really great way to do that. I have seen Sarah Rose do similar videos to this, as well as Kelly Gooch, so I'll make sure to link their channels down below so you guys can check out those videos as well. Without further ado, let's hop into the products that I've been trying lately. Alright guys, so let's first hop in with Kaleido Cosmetics. So I was so fortunate and I got chosen to be added to their PR list. I feel like it was like a month and a half ago. It's been kind of a while. And I got a couple of products from them in the mail. It was probably like a month ago now, but I've really been putting them to the test because I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys on them, because this is not a brand that I have heard much buzz about on the YouTube community, and what I've tried so far has been really wonderful. So I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys on those products. I will also be swatching everything, and I'll make sure to insert swatches kind of as I'm talking about the products so you guys can see what they actually look like. So let's dive right in. So this first product we're just going to kind of breeze through because I have not shut up about this lip product that they sent me, and those are their Dream Stains, you guys. They sent me 2 shades. This one's the shade Escape, and it's kind of an orangey terracotta shade, and then this one's in the shade Reverie, which is a gorgeous soft pink shade. So like I said, these are Dream Stains, so these are stains for your cheeks and for your lips, and you guys, I'm not joking when I say I reach for these almost every single day. Whether it's for my cheeks, whether it's for my lips, I absolutely adore these. These have a very light formula. I feel like it's almost like a very light gel. It goes onto your lips very nicely, very smoothly. I will say that I tend to get those like ridges towards the edges of my lips. You guys know what I'm talking about, like when you apply a liquid lipstick and it gets kind of that ridge. Simply just tap it out with my finger and I have no issues with it. One thing that I did want to note is that these are very soft stains. So on the cheeks, that's an amazing thing because you don't have to be too careful with how much you go in with. They blend out very easily. They sit gorgeously on the skin. But it's not the most intense color that I've ever worked with for my lips. So I find that when I just do like one swipe on my lips, it just gives my lips a beautiful flush, which I personally really love on an everyday basis when I'm not like caking on the makeup. But if you did want to amp up the color, you can really easily layer them up 2-3 times to get a more intense shade, something that'll look closer to what it's going to look like in the tube. But I personally really love the versatility factor because I feel like these are perfect whether I have a lot of makeup on or I have no makeup on and I just want to add a little bit of a flush to my lips. That being said, since these are a softer stain, the one coat stain doesn't last a crazy long time on my lips, but these are products that you don't have to be crazy careful when you're applying them, so I really don't mind. Like if I ate breakfast and I have to like run out the door, I can literally just dot this on the center of my lips, blend it out with my fingers, and it's all good. Everything's fine. So 2 thumbs up from me on these. They did also send me 3 of their glow blushes. I have tried out all 3 of these, but my favorite is definitely the peach gold shade. It's just a beautiful, soft, peachy shade. It has the most gorgeous golden sheen, which you guys will see in the swatch, and I think this pairs so nicely with another product that I'm going to mention in just a second. But it's beautiful with such bronzy skin, which is the look I'm really going for right now, and it just gives the most juicy, beautiful, glowy cheeks. These are very nicely pigmented. They have a gorgeous sheen to them, but it's not like, oh, I just put highlighter all over my cheek. It's really soft, really beautiful. It just makes you look healthy and alive, which is the look that I absolutely love to go for. I do find that the sheen in these blushes is stronger than the base, which isn't a bad thing. I feel like some people might take that the wrong way. These are not like highlighters that you're gonna just put all over your cheek and you'll be like, oh, I look like I just poured highlighter all over my face. No, It's a beautiful, very soft sheen. My only little like negative thing with this is that I do find these shades Cherry Gold and Rose Gold. These two are a little bit deeper, a little more red toned. I did find that I had a breakout like right here on my cheek, like right on the apple of my cheek, and when I put these on, it was not very flattering at all. So maybe if you do have like a little bump, a little breakout on your cheeks, maybe skip these two shades, go for the peachier shade. This is going to be much more flattering, I feel, but it's just gonna just keep that in mind. And I do really love the packaging on these. It's very small, it's very compact. It does have this nice little mirror, and I feel like, yes, it's a tiny mirror, but if you are applying your blush on the go, this is definitely workable. The final item that they sent me was their Golden Hour eyeshadow palette. When I saw this, you guys, I was kind of underwhelmed, honestly. But the more that I've been using it, the more that I really found that this does have a place in my collection. I was kind of shocked. I thought this would be something that I would kind of use, review, pass along to a friend, but I have really been enjoying this for just kind of an everyday work look. I work in an office, so I can't really rock crazy eyeshadow. I wish I could. But this is amazing for every day. There's nothing wrong with the shadow formula on these. They're very pigmented, they're very smooth. I just feel like they are not the most intense metallics that I've ever used. You guys will see in the swatches. They're very pretty, they're pigmented, they're just not super crazy foiled, but I personally love that for every day. I think it makes an everyday look really simple and kind of mindless when you don't have to worry, oh, this is too intense, or oh, this is just gonna look like too much for a work day. No, this is the perfect working palette. My only gripe about this palette is that it doesn't have mattes really. There are obviously some darker shades in this top row right here with this kind of blue-brown shade, the purple shade, the red shade, but I just feel like a matte is what I truly prefer to create depth in an eye look. These work, but they're just not my favorite. So I do really like this palette. The packaging is gorgeous. I really do love the design on this. It's that gorgeous like olive green color that you guys know I'm obsessed with. It's very slim. It does come with a nice mirror. So I think it's a good palette. Just know what you're walking into, know that these are softer metallics and that there aren't any mattes in this palette. So e.l.f. did have a free shipping no minimum promo about a month ago. I've had all these products for about a month, I feel like. And so I ordered two things. The first thing that I ordered was the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer. This is a concealer that launched at the same time as the Camo Concealer, and I feel like the Camo Concealer got all the attention and this little one got left behind. But I actually tried the Camo Concealer. I got the complete wrong shade, so I feel like I should give it another chance before I totally write it off. But personally, I feel like that one's a little bit too heavy. Again, I do want to get a better shade match for me and then maybe try it again. But this little Flawless Concealer, I absolutely love, you guys. I feel like it's hydrating under the eyes, but it's not like too hydrating where it's slippy and slidey. It sits really well under my eyes all day long, and it just looks beautiful on the skin. I really do enjoy it. It's super affordable. It's only $5, and this has the same amazing shade range that the e.l.f. Camo Concealer does, which is huge, you guys. So huge. e.l.f. did an amazing job with that shade range. My only gripe with this product is that it does crease on me a little bit, but I don't know. I've been watching a lot of Jessica Braun lately, and she just says when it comes to concealers, if you have creases under your eyes, they're going to crease. It's science, and that's how I feel too. It's never anything too crazy as long as I set it down with powder. I feel like I just get a little bit of creasing like right there in the very inner portion of my eye. But usually that happens while I'm doing my makeup. I just take a little sponge, I pat it back out, and then I'm usually good to go for the rest of the day. So I really love this concealer. I don't know why no one is talking about it. It's really great. Then I also picked up the e.l.f. Glow, Gleam, and Beam palette. If you guys caught my $10 Fenty Diamond Bomb dupe video, you would have already seen this palette. You would have already known that one of the shades in here is an incredible dupe for the Fenty Diamond Bomb. I'll link that video down below if you guys want to see some side-by-side comparisons. This highlighter palette was released by e.l.f. about a month ago. It comes with 6 beautiful shades, and of course I got the shade Light, of course, you guys. And I do like this palette, but I do have a couple gripes with it. It does come with 3 different finishes. This one right here is a glitter shade. These 2 are satin shades, I believe. Shimmer shades is what they're called. And these 3 are metallic shades. These, I believe, I don't have the e.l.f. Metallic Flare highlighters to compare it to directly, but I believe that these 3 are the same formula as that. They're kind of stiff, but it does give you a really gorgeous glow. It's what I have on my cheeks right now. These two also give you a chunkier glitter glow, but I think that's still beautiful. I do prefer to layer this over top of one of the other highlighting shades rather than wearing it on its own. I just feel like that gives more of an impactful glow. But these are smooth, these are beautiful. I think it's a really, really great option from the drugstore. That being said though, I did want to note that these three shades especially do pick up on texture just a little bit. I mean, I don't have perfectly smooth cheeks. I'm trying to see if I have any like breakouts right there, but I don't really have any breakouts right now. But just be forewarned, this is an intense highlighter that's going to highlight any texture that you have right there. So just keep that in mind. I don't have any staying power issues with this palette either. So my only gripe with this palette is the shade selection a little bit, and maybe this is partially my fault, I feel like, because I kind of just was so excited about the free shipping promo and that they were coming out with a highlighter palette that had the metallic flare highlighters in it that I kind of just jumped in and bought this. But I would have really, really loved to see e.l.f. come out with like 3 or 4 versions of these palettes, because I got the light palette, and yes, I know it's like light to medium, this is probably supposed to serve. There's also a dark palette, but I can only use these 3 shades. These 3 are way too dark for me. They look pretty when I turn my head to the side and you get that gorgeous glow, but when I turn like this, there's definitely like a dark cast right here. I really wish that they would have either come out with maybe like a fair kit, a light kit, a medium kit, and a dark kit, or that they would have included a super duper bright shade in here like they did in my Cover FX palette. Let me pull that out so I can show you guys, because I feel like this is genius and every single highlighter palette should do this. So here's my Cover FX palette, and in this palette they included the shade right here called Brightener, which is like almost white. So what I do, because these highlighters are obviously way too dark for me, I just mix it with the Brightener shade and I can wear either of those absolutely no problem. And I just thought that was so genius. I'm like, why don't they do this in every single highlighter kit? It would help suit such a larger variety of skin tones. So that's really my only gripe with the e.l.f. kit. I think the packaging is fine. It does feel a little bit cheap. It's plastic, but it's slim and easy to store. If you guys have been watching my channel for really any length of time, you know that I have a serious love affair or addiction to Colourpop, and I placed a Colourpop order. I placed more than one Colourpop order. I'm not proud of it, but it happened, so we're just gonna move on. But I did want to touch briefly on the products that I received in that order. Well, actually, I got 3 orders in, so I only placed 2 orders, but Colourpop messed up. They sent me someone else's order, so I also got some bonus products in that order. I don't feel like I've thoroughly tested quite everything from that order, so I am going to keep those for another review roundup video, but for now I did want to share my thoughts on the things that I feel like I have solid opinions on. So first, we're going to breeze through the Sweet Talk palette. I feel like I already gave kind of a mini review of this in my Shop My Stash Basket video, not my current one, the one before that, I believe. This palette is so gorgeous, you guys. The packaging, I'm obsessed with. I think it's stunning. It's the same Colourpop cardboard packaging. I love the design on this one so much. It has the shade names on the back like usual. It doesn't have a mirror, which I kind of wish it did, but that's really not that big of a deal for me. And then here are the gorgeous shadows. The shadows are labeled right on the packaging, not just on the back. But here is the color story, you guys. It's a beautiful, warm, peachy, neutral palette. It's absolutely stunning. It contains 3 different finishes, matte, shimmer, 4, glitter, and super shock shadow. And I really do enjoy this palette. I know everyone and their brother has been talking about this palette for months, but it's for good reason, you guys. No, it's not crazy unique, but it creates such beautiful looks, and I feel like this is the summer peachy palette that I've been waiting for. No, it's not crazy unique. No, you don't need to run out and buy it tomorrow, but I do really like this palette. If you have been wanting it, I think it might still be on sale. I don't know if it will be by the time this video goes up, but when I'm filming it, it still is on sale for 25% off. I would get this one. I really enjoy it. The mattes blend out beautifully. The shimmers are really nicely pigmented. The Super Shock Shadow is like every other Super Shock Shadow that they have. Beautifully pigmented, bouncy. I haven't had any issues with it drying out. The only issues that I've been having formula-wise, well, there is one matte shade that I'm having an issue with, but I'll tell you that in a minute, is the pressed glitter shadows. The couple times that I wore these, I don't know if it was the new eye cream that I was using or if it was these glitter shadows, but I had such bad creasing when I wore these, you guys. And I have some creasing issues just because my eyelids are kind of hooded, but I even used a glitter primer and I just like looked in my eyes like halfway through the night. I'm like, ugh. There's definitely some creasing going on. So I feel like I need to maybe play with those just a little bit more, see if there's like a base that I can find that'll really help those stick on there. Maybe you guys have had the same issue. Let me know what you guys use down below. So the only other shadow that I had an issue with was this deep dark shade called Feel Free. This one, I found that it was just the teeny tiniest bit patchy. It's definitely not something that's unworkable. You just have to work to blend it out a little bit more, maybe add another layer. But I did want to note that it's just a little bit patchy. Overall, this palette is a yes for me. So I did get 3 more Jelly Matte shadows. I actually only ordered 1, but like I said, I got that extra order. So I got some extra goodies, which is so awesome. I got these shades Doves and Roses, which is a beautiful kind of pinky gold shade. I got the shade Close to You, which is a beautiful soft pink with a really strong like iridescent pink reflect. Then I got the shade Whistling Pixies, which is like a gorgeous deep copper shade. I love them all so much. You guys, I'm so sold on this Jelly Matte shadow formula. It's not even funny. I want them all, which I know is ridiculous because someone told me that they dry out kind of fast, so I need to really focus on these ones and love on these ones while I have them. But these are stunning, you guys. They are so easy to work with. You can apply them with your finger, you can apply them with a brush. They blend out gorgeously. These are amazing shadows for if you just want to like swipe it on the lid, blend a little in the crease, and go. They're fantastic. I love them so much. I can't sing their praises enough. The only thing I will say is that Close to You, when you apply it with a brush, I feel like you get more of the pink iridescence than you do of like a really strong base. So if you do want a stronger base with Close to You, just go on with your ring finger. It's not a super huge deal. I've just found that that's what works best. I also did order quite a few of the Creme Gel Liners from Colourpop. I got the set. But I split half of it with my cousin, so I didn't have all the shades, and then when they were 30% off, I ordered more. I know, that was bad. But I have tried quite a few of the shades. I haven't quite tried all of them. I will swatch the ones that I have tried for you guys. I used the red shade Venus, beautiful, super creamy, very pigmented, long lasting. I used the pink shade called Boots, same story. I used the gorgeous light blue shade called Prance. Again, wonderful, love it. And I also use Crybaby, which is a beautiful kind of light pastel purple. The classic black liner in Swerve is also fantastic. So creamy, so pigmented, just absolutely amazing. The only 2 that I've really run into a problem with so far is the shade Zulu right here, which is a beautiful kind of soft mint shade. I have found that this shade is kind of sheer almost. I popped it in my waterline couple days ago, and I just felt like I had to go over it a lot, and it was a little bit harder to use than the other ones. So it's not terrible, it's definitely not unworkable, it's just something to be aware of. And then the other shade that I had problems with is the shade Overboard. It's like a beautiful metallic deep bronze shade. It's a gorgeous shade, you guys, and it does go on quite creamy. It's not hard to apply, but I found that once it dried, if I were to like scratch my eye or even like gently rub my eye, or even when I tried to go over like a spot that I had already done to kind of thicken it up or perfect it or whatever, this one crumbles off. So it's a little bit harder to use, and it doesn't have the greatest wear time. So just beware when you're buying these. Overall, I think they're pretty darn good. Like I said, I have a couple shades that I haven't tried yet, but I will make sure to either update you guys on Instagram or in another review roundup video. Alright, I have 2 more items from Colourpop and then I'm done with them. They're both glosses. This one's the Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Fresco. It's this beautiful kind of sheer wash of pinky, watermelon-y gloss. It is so stunning, you guys. It makes your lips look so juicy. It's so comfortable to wear. Colourpop glosses aren't overly long lasting, but they're also not gone in like 10 minutes. This one does have a brush applicator, which I thought was kind of weird. I thought like we did a whole thing with brush applicators where like, was that Kylie or was that Colourpop? Maybe that was Kylie, where like they had this horrible experience with the brush applicators and they had to like send everyone new ones. But I thought that was kind of weird. I definitely prefer a doe foot, but this is fine. It goes on the lips really smoothly. It goes on the lips really beautifully. This gloss does have a degree of shimmer to it, so just be forewarned of that if you don't like shimmer lips, but I don't feel like it looks chunky or glittery. It just makes your lips look so juicy and shiny. The other gloss came in that wrong order, and it is from the Brown Sugar collection in the shade Blowsy. You guys, I am so glad this was in that order because I put this on like the second Colourpop told me I could keep that order, and I was like, I stared at my lips for like a good 10 minutes. This makes your lips look so juicy, so beautiful. I feel like this could definitely be a dupe for the Fenty, what's it called? Gloss Bomb. It's that same kind of tone. It's like a rosy tone and it has a lot of really beautiful gold shimmer in it. I find that this looks beautiful pretty much no matter what I put it on top of. I put it on top of bare lips, I put it on top of pink lips, nude lips, red lips. It's just an amazing, amazing gloss, you guys. If you're in the market for a new everyday gloss and you're shopping on Colourpop's website, get this one. You will not regret it. It's phenomenal. Again, this does have a little bit of gold shimmer in it, but it doesn't feel gritty or anything uncomfortable like that on the lips. So the final product that I want to talk about today is the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior Mascara. I've been using this mascara for about a solid month at this point, and you guys, it has been quite a roller coaster, honestly. When I first got this mascara, I thought it was very black, very long wearing on the lashes. That still tends to be the case today. But I wasn't in love with what it was doing for my lashes. It's very black. It really does a great job of defining the lashes, but I felt like I wasn't getting that fluffy volume look. I feel like it would clump a lot at the base of my lashes, and then I could build it up, but it wasn't giving me like fluffy lashes. It was giving me like spiky lashes, so I wasn't a super huge fan of that. But as time went on, I began to love this mascara a little bit more. It's what I have on my lashes today. I think the older it gets, the more that I like it. It gives more fluffy lashes versus spiky lashes. There's just a lot of product that comes out on this brush. Rubber bristle brush, by the way, which is not my favorite. It is kind of spiky. You can stab yourself in the eye if you're not careful. I've stabbed myself in the eye on more than one occasion. But overall, I do think this is a good mascara. I would just say give it some time to dry out before you totally make up your mind and throw it in the trash. It does get better with age. But I do really, really love the wear on this mascara. I have no issues with smudging or flaking, any of that. I put it on my top and lower lashes every single day. I'll go to the gym, get super sweaty, come home, and I still have no smudging or flaking. It's really, really incredible in the wear department. Oh, another thing that I wanted to note about this mascara is that it does not layer the best, especially in that first month. I feel like it coats your lashes with so much product that, like, if I go through a work day and I come home and I take off most of my makeup but I leave my mascara on and I want to do another look, when I get to the point in that look where I want to add mascara, this is not really a great layering mascara, whereas with Lash Paradise I could do that and I would have absolutely no issues at all. I would still get beautiful fluffy lashes. This one, again, would just give me kind of spiky, clumpy, spidery looking lashes, so it's not a great layering mascara. But if you do one coat, here's what I usually like to do. I do a light coat on one eye first, and then after I do the coat on like the second eye, I go in and build this one back up. That's what I found to work the best, but this does not layer the best if you let it like completely dry down. So that's gonna wrap this video up, you guys. I really, really hope that you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you did. Let me know if you guys like these kind of review roundup videos. Would you rather see less products, more products? Let me know. I'll be sure to take all of that into consideration for my next one. But yeah, that's gonna wrap this one up. Let me know in the comments down below what you've tried recently. What did you think of it? I love it when you guys tell me about the products that you're trying. So I'm gonna stop babbling and I'm gonna sign off. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!